Are you working hard but feeling like you are constantly running on empty? Burnout is real and it's stealing your energy and motivation faster than you realize. Guess what? You don't need to slow down to stay energized. In fact, I've got a simple formula to help you push harder without burning out. Today, I'm revealing a formula with a combination of three key strategies that keep high achievers at the top of their game. So stay tuned because just one of these tips could be a game changer you've been waiting for. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Mahbub and in this channel we explore ideas, insights and tricks for making our life better, happier and more productive. Let me ask you this. How often do you find yourself feeling completely drained after a long day of work? You know that feeling where your body is completely tired, your mind is foggy, and even the idea of relaxing seems like another task. Burnout doesn't happen overnight. It creeps you up slowly, disguising itself as just another busy day until suddenly every day feels like too much. It's no secret that we all are busier than ever. Deadlines, side hustles, social obligations. It's like you are on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. And just when you think you are catching your breath, life throws in a few extra hurdles for good measure. But let's get real. Burnout doesn't just sap your energy. It drains your motivation, affects your relationships, and leaves you in a state when you feel completely and constantly running on empty. But it doesn't have to be this way. There is a way to work hard and also stay energized. Strategy 1: balance intensity with recovery. The first key to avoiding burnout is to balance intensity with recovery. It may feel like common sense, but trust me, this is the last priority we ever set. I used to think I will rest once I have completely finished everything, but that day never came. I was constantly chasing a never ending to do list. One day, after a particularly grueling week, I remember collapsing on my couch and realizing I hadn't given myself a single real break, not even 10 minutes. I was working through lunch, barely moving out from my desk. And it hit me, I was running myself into the ground. And that's when I learned about something called active breaks. These aren't just scrolling your social media, these are actual breaks that will make you energized and relax. You can go out for a small walk or try doing some little stretching or take a 10 minutes power nap. It's about resetting your mind, not just distracting it. When you take time throughout the day to recover, your productivity skyrockets. It improves the quality of your work because your mind and worn down. Think of like this. Even the best athletes take rest between sprints. If you sprint non-stop, you are bound to collapse. Strategy 2: impose work curfew. Let's talk about work curfew. I know it sounds like luxury to set boundaries or limits on your work, especially if you've got some deadlines hanging over your head. But I learned the hard way that if you do not set work curfew, your work will consume every waking minute. There was a time I used to work late night every night just to get ahead. I thought if I could power through exhaustion, I would get more done. But it didn't took too long for me to realize that my productivity is dropping. I was staying up late but barely getting anything done. And worse, I was so tired the next day that my motivation was gone. And that's when I decided to set a daily work curfew, a time when I would shut everything down and focus on the other aspects of life. No emails, no work calls, no tasks. At first, it feels a little bit strange, but then I realized that I was able to do more in less time because my energy was restored. Establishing boundaries on your work isn't about limiting what you can achieve. It's about making sure you are working at your best. If you are constantly pushing your limits, you will eventually hit a wall. Strategy 3: Utilize the 80-20 rule. Now let's talk about the third strategy: working efficiently. There is a big difference between being busy and being productive. I used to pride myself that checking off as many tasks as possible, but the reality is most of those weren't moving the needle. I was just busy, not productive. And that's where 80-20 rules comes in. 80% of your results are coming from just 20% of your efforts. I realized if I could identify the tasks that has the biggest impact, I could focus on those and eliminate all the other less important stuff. Let's take an example. If you are working on a project, don't just walk down into every detail. At first, identify the one task that has the biggest impact, which will help you to make the whole project easier or less urgent. Then focus on that particular most important tasks, not just focusing on everything. It's amazing that how much more you can accomplish if you stop focusing on everything and start doing what really matters. It's not about cutting the corner, it's about cutting the clutter. The more you streamline your focus, the less exhausted you feel because you are not wasting your energy on the task that is not contributing directly on your main goal. So, here's a quick recap: balance intensity with recovery by taking intentional, active breaks. Number two, set boundaries with a daily work curfew to protect your time and energy. And number three, use the 80-20 rule to focus on high impact tasks and let go of the rest. Remember, burnout doesn't happen because you are weak or unmotivated. It happens because you do not give yourself enough chance to recharge. If you follow these strategies, you can still work hard and also stay energized to enjoy the rest of your life. Try implementing one of these strategies this week. You can see the difference. And if you are someone who is facing trouble to focus on your work or study, please watch the video from the description box or from the screen to learn about the easiest technique to focus and get the best out of your work session. See you in the next video.